Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Casa de Kyle, where I am going to be playing a 1,500-point battle between my Dark Angels and his Adeptus Custodes. The story that we've got going on here is that this is a force of Custodes that have been sent out to try to hunt down information on the location of Cypher after he had escaped from them once Gilliman had brought him to Terra, and they were on the hunt for him, trying to find out where he was, and they had gotten information that he had been sighted on this planet. When they arrived, the Dark Angels had already arrived, were here, and they told the Custodes, demanded information about any information that they had on him and any information about his whereabouts, and the Dark Angels refused, Asriel saying that this is that they don't have to answer to them, that they're not beholden to the Adeptus Custodes. The Adeptus Custodes took exception to that and decided that they would prove a point, and decided to come to blows over gathering this information, and the Dark Angels were more than happy to try to bring it to a point. So that is the story, and that we are going to be playing Beachhead Mission, which is from the new chapter approved 2018. Essentially what happens, there's three objectives, one in the middle. I placed one back over here. My opponent placed one back over here in his deployment zone. And starting at the beginning of the second round, each of these objectives is worth a certain number of points. So if you hold it at the beginning of your turn, if you hold the one in your deployment zone, it's worth 1 point. Hold the one in the middle, it's worth 2 points. And if you hold your opponent's one, it's worth 3 points. And that starts on the turn 2, beginning of your turn on turn 2. So that is the story. That is the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off the detachment, we have Belial, Asriel, and 2 Primaris lieutenants, one with a mastercrafted auto bolt rifle, and one with a power sword. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads, and 1 5-man scout squad with sniper rifles. We have a 3-man Black Knight squad. We have a 5-man Deathwing Knight squad. We have a 10-man Hellblaster squad. And last but not least, we have a Mortis Pattern Dreadnought with 2 twin las cannons. Then for the Adeptus Custodes, we have a patrol detachment. Leading it off here, we have a shield captain in Alaris Terminator with a Castellan Axe and Misericordia, and a shield captain on Dawn Eagle Jet Bike with Hurricane Bolter, Interceptor Lance, and Misericordia. We have a 4 Custodian Guard squad, 2 with Guardian Spears and Misericordia, and 2 with Sentinel Blade and Storm Shield. We have a Contemptor Achilles with Lastrum Stormbolters and Dread Spear. We have the Telemon Heavy Dreadnought with Iliastus Accelerator Culverin, Castus, Twin Plasma Ejector, and Spiculous Bolt Launcher. And last but not least, we have a Calidus Grav Tank with Twin Iliastus Accelerator Culverin and Lastrum Bolt Cannon. All right, so those are the armies. Going over deployment, I've got my scout squad up here on the objective. Down here, I've got Asriel. I've got one of my Primaris lieutenants. I've got the Hellblasters. I've got the Black Knights. We've got an intercessor squad, the other lieutenant, the Mortis Pattern Dreadnought, and the other intercessor squad. In Deep Strike Reserve, I have my Deathwing Knights and Belial. So going over deployment now for the Custodes, we have the shield captain on Dawn Eagle Jet Bike over here. We've got the Telemon Heavy Dreadnought right here. We've got the Caladius Grav Tank over here. We have the Terminator squad over here. We've got the Achilles Dreadnought over here. Oh, and back over here we have his other captain in Terminator armor over here. So at the beginning here, I have 9 command points because of my battalion plus the 3 base plus the 1 in that I have for Asriel being my warlord. My opponent starts off with 0 because he gave his Terminator captain an extra relic, and he also gave him Victor of the Blood Gods as his because he's his warlord. So that is the deployment. The way that this mission works is that the person who won off the roll-off to choose deployment zone, which my opponent did, the opponent gets to deploy their entire army first. So I deployed my entire army, then my opponent deployed his. And then that starts off, all 9 models of his army. That starts off the, whoever finished deploying first, which was me because I deployed my entire army, meant that I would go first, or choose who could go first. So I could choose to have my opponent go first, but I chose to go first myself. So now my opponent will, my opponent has the opportunity now to try to seize the initiative. So he is going to be looking for a 6. No, does not get it with that 3. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. My Sniper Scouts stood still. My Hellblasters, Azrael, Primaris Lieutenant, both Primaris Lieutenants, and the Intercessors here all advanced up this way. My Black Knights here, they advanced up here and I spent a command point on Speed of the Raven. I got it back, so leaving me still with 9 command points. Over here, my Intercessors and my Dreadnought both moved up and just moved up, not advanced. So that is it for movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, start off the shooting phase. My Mortis Pattern Dreadnought here is going to fire into his hover tank. So we've got 4 shots, hitting on 4s because he moved. All right, getting 3 hits. These are going to be Strength 9, Toughness 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Don't think he's within range there, but I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Getting a wound, so that's going to be 3 wounds here. 6 up invul save. No save on any of those. So this is going to be 3d6 wounds. Getting 9, 10 wounds. So 10, 6 up, feel no pains. Making one of them, so he takes 9 wounds. All right, so now moving on to my Black Knights here. They are going to fire into his Telemon over there. I'm going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age, and they are going to supercharge. So we're going to have 2 shots per, hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit, but 1 not explode. Oh, 1 is going to be dead. Another hit. And no hits there, but no explode. So 1 guy's going to be dead. 2 hits, though. Strength 8, Toughness 8. So looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP minus 3. 4 up invul save. Makes 1, fails 1. 3 damage. And 6 up, feel no pain. Making 2 of them takes 1 damage. All right, and that'll be it for the Dark Angels turn here on turn 1. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Adeptus Custodes here on turn 1. All right, so movement phase for the Custodes here on turn 1. His shield captain here shuffled around a bit. The heavy Telemon stayed still. So did the grav tank. So did the captain over here. And over here, I think one guy shimmied around a little bit. And then his other dreadnought there moved around the corner looking on somebody. We'll find out who in a second as we come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, shield captain's going to start us off by shooting his Hurricane Bolter into my bikes over here. So we're going to have 6 shots because he's not in rapid fire range, hitting on 2s. It's all hits, wounding on 5s. Getting 1, 2 wounds. 2, 3 up armor serves. Yeah, he's good. Woo! 2 of the Guardian Spears over there are not in rapid fire range, but in range of my bikers over here. So 2 shots, hitting on 2s. Getting 1 hit, wounding on a 5. No wound.
You're out of range of the
So now the Telemon is going to be firing. Because he stood still. The which one with the Spiculous Bolt Launcher can fire twice. So he's going to fire them into my bikers over here, and then his Iliastus Accelerator Culverin is going to fire into my Hellblasters over here. So we're going to go with which one's first?
The Spiculous.
The Spiculous into here. So he's going to put all the 10 shots into them over here since he can fire twice. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the captain over there. All right, that's all hits. Strength 5. So looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. AP minus 2. So this is going to be 4 up invul saves because of Jink since they advanced. Making all but 1. So that's 1 damage apiece? Yeah, 1 damage apiece. All right, so 6 shots from the Iliastus Accelerator Culverin shooting into my Hellblasters over here. 6 shots hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of the captain. So it's going to be 6 hits. Strength 8. So looking for 2s to wound. getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. These are going to be 4-up invul saves because of Azrael. All right, so that's going to be 2. What's the damage on these? D3 apiece, so we're going to do it one at a time. So the first one is going to be 2 dead guy and a wounded guy. All right, so now his Achilles Dreadnought over here is going to fire his Lastrum Stormbolters into my intercessors, and he's going to put the Achilles Last Cannon into my bikers over here. So we're going to do the Stormbolters first, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Strength 4, strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds.
-1.
AP -1, so 2 4-up saves. Making 1, failing 1. D3 last cannon shots into the bikers there, getting 1 shot, hitting on a 3 because he moved. Oof, man. And now his grav tank is going to fire everything into my bikes. So here we go. These are going to be the Lastrum bolt cannons, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because of the captain. All right, that's all hits. Strength 6, so 3s to wound. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. AP -2, so 4-up invul saves. Failing 2 of them, so 1 guy's dead and 1 is wounded. And now the twin Iliastus Accelerator Culverin, which has 8 shots instead of the twice as many as the 1 gun here. So these are going to be 8 shots hitting on 3s because he's degraded. Rerolling 1s. Alrighty. So that is going to be, these are going to be strength 8. So looking for 3s to wound. Getting 4 wounds. AP
-3.
AP -3, so 4-up invul save. I need to make all of these or he's dead. Making all but 1. Ooh, I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that.
Do it.
50-50 chance. Do it! No! Blah, blah. And that is first strike. All right, so that is the end of the turn here on turn 1. My opponent leads 1-0 with the first strike. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, at the beginning of my turn, I scored 2 points for holding the middle objective, and I scored 1 point for holding the back objective here, giving me 3 points. Movement phase, all of these guys, the Intercessor Squad, the 2 Lieutenants, Azrael, and the Hellblasters all moved up 6 inches this way. These guys, the Intercessor Squad and my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought all stood still. My Scouts stood still, and in from Deep Strike Reserve came Belial and my Deathwing Knights. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off, my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought's going to fire into his grav tank. I've got 4 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he stood still. So that's going to be rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP -3, so 6 up, feeling up, invul save. And then do damage, that's right. Doing 5 damage, 5 6-ups. Needs 1, gets 1, he's down to 1 wound. All right, so now my Hellblaster's gonna fire. 7 of them can see over here and are in range. So 2 of them are gonna shoot into the tank. The other 5 are gonna shoot into his heavy Telemon. They're gonna supercharge, and I'm gonna spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age. Let's see if I get that command point back. I do not, so I'm down to 5 command points at this point. So we're gonna do the 2 into the grav tank, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. So that's a miss, but not a blow up. So that's 1 hit, strength 8, looking for a 3 to wound. That's a wound. AP -4, so 6-up invul. No, goes through, so that's gonna be 3 damage, 3 6-ups. He needs all of them. No, he's dead. Does he explode? There's that 6-up. It's actually on a 5-up, and within 6 inches does D3, so we'll do it onto the captain first. Doing 1 damage, and onto the heavy Telemon, 3 damage. Feel no pains on the Telemon. No, he felt all of that. And now the other 5 are gonna fire into him over here. So we've got 5 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. That's a miss, but not a blow up. So that's going to be 4 hits. Strength 8, toughness 8, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 4 wounds. AP -4, so he has a, what did I say? 4-up invul save. Making 2, failing 2, so that's going to be 6 damage. Feel no pains. making one of them, so he takes 5 more damage. And now Belial's going to shoot his Stormbolter into the Shield Captain over here. Shield Captain has the Warlord trait that's -1 to hit, so he's going to be hitting on 3s. Getting 3 hits, I should say. Wounding on 5s. Getting no wounds. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. So now my Knights are going to charge into his Shield Captain over here. Shield Captain's going to fire with his Hurricane Bolter. So this is going to be 12 shots, hitting on 6s, rerolling 1s because of himself, getting 1 hit. That is not a wound. So their charge distance, they need a 9-inch charge. Not getting it, but I'm going to spend a command point to reroll it here. No, still don't get it, but do I get the command point back? I do, but I could have used that 6. I would have rather given up for that one. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Custodes here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Custodes. His Shield Captain moved up over this way. His Dubro Telemon moved up over this way. His Captain moved over that way. Those guys stayed where they were, and his other Dreadnought moved up over this way. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. He did score the 1 point there at the beginning of the turn for holding that objective. So we'll come back to you after shooting with the shooting phase here on turn 2. Shield Captain's going to start us off by shooting Hurricane Bolter into the Shield Captain over here. So these are going to be
Shield Captain into
Shield Captain into Shield Captain. Shield Captain into Hail Blasters. These are going to be hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, all hits. These are going to be Strength 4, looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. 5. Get back here. 5. 3-up armor saves. Failing 2 of them, 1 guy did. And now his Telemon Heavy Dreadnought here is going to fire the Speculus Bolt Launcher and the Iliastus Accelerator Culvern into my Hellblasters over here. So we're going to start with the Speculus, only firing once because he didn't stay still.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah, so 3s, but rerolling.
Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because he's damaged there. Rerolling that 1. All right, it's a lot of 2s. All right, so we got 1 hit. 3s to wound, no wound. And now the Iliastus, these are going to be hitting on 3s again. Oh, 4s because he's heavy. 4s, right? Because he's heavy?
Oh, yeah, 4s.
It's heavy, yeah, 4s because he moved. So rerolling 1s. All right, so that's going to be 2 hits, strength 8. So 2 is a wound. That is 2 wounds, 2 4-up invul saves. Not making either of them. So the first one's just going to kill a dude. The second one is D3. Going to kill a dude. All right, so now this Dreadnought is going to fire the Laestrum Bolt Launcher, Storm Bolters, into my Intercessors here, and he's going to put his baby las cannon into my Dreadnought over there. The right way to call it. Here comes the Laestrums. 2s to hit. That is all hits. Wounded on 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. AP -1, so 4-up saves. Making them all. Woo!
That's the way.
And the baby las cannon here. D3 shots. Getting 1 shot. Hitting on a 3. Oh, that is a hit. There you go. 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP -3. So 6-up save. Show me that Phil first. No, goes through. So D3 damage. That's cocked. That's 3 damage. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. So we will come back to you with the assault phase. All right, so now his Shield Captain is going to charge into my Intercessors and my Lieutenant over here. So we're going to fire Overwatch into him over there. So we've got the rapid fire for the bolt rifles hitting on 6s. Rerolling everything because of Azrael. Getting 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. That is rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. Getting no wounds there. Lieutenant's going to fire his bolt pistol. Rerolling. Nothing there. His charge distance is in. All right, so that is it for the charge phase. He moved in here, so he was a little bit out of consolidate. He was out of contact with my Lieutenant, who then heroically intervened into him over here. So we will now go into his attacks here. So he's got how many attacks? 5 attacks. He's going to put them all into the Lieutenant. All into the Lieutenant. So these are going to be hitting on 2s. Rerolling ones because of himself. That is all hits. Strength 6. So looking for threes to wound.
Rerolling because I charged.
Rerolling because he charged. So no need to reroll. So that's going to be 5 hits. -3. So we're going to have 4 up invul saves because of Azrael. Making 3 out of 4. What's the damage on these? D3 damage apiece. So here we go. 4 damage apiece. So he is still alive with 1 wound left. All right, so now my Primaris Lieutenant is going to attack into his Dubro over here, into his Shield Captain. He has the Heavenfall Blade, so he's going to have 4 attacks plus 1 because of the Heavenfall Blade, so that's going to be 5 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he's -1 to hit, re-rolling 1s because of Azrael. Those are all hits. Strength +2, so it's going to be strength 6, toughness 6, looking for 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s, no need, so, or can't there. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds at AP -3, 3 up invul saves. Getting 1 invul save. Victor of the Blood Games is going to re-roll that. Getting it. And now my intercessors are going to attack in. 11 attacks between them, hitting on 3s. Reroll, 4s because of Azrael. Ooh, that is 5 3s that don't get to reroll. These 2 get to reroll. One of them into a 3, so 6 3s. Pretty good. So that's 5 hits. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s. None of those. That's 2 wounds. Here we go. 2 up saves. Makes them both. All right, so that is going to be it for the Custodes turn here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. My Knights and Belial advanced up over this way. Had to spend a command point and reroll. I got the command point back though for these guys because I rolled a 1, then rolled a 3. So 2 extra inches, whatever, but still getting them up there a bit. My Hellblaster stood still, so did Azrael, so did the Lieutenant back here. The Lieutenant over here and the Intercessors both fell back. These Intercessors stood still, so did my my Dreadnought. So that is going and so did my Scouts. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We will now come back to you with the shooting phase. I did score again 3 points, putting me at 6, and my opponent has 2 points right now. All right, so starting off, my Scouts are going to shoot into his Shield Captain over here. So we have 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 4s because he's -1 to hit. I keep forgetting about that. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, so that's 4 hits. These are going to be wounding on 5s. 6s do a mortal wound in addition. Getting 1 6, and that's going to be the only wound. So a 2 up save. He makes that, so he just takes the 1 wound. All right, so now my Hellblasters are going to supercharge, and I'm going to spend a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age, putting me at 4 command points. The front 2 guys here are within 15 inches of his Telemon Heavy Dreadnought, and they're going to fire into him, so it's going to be rapid fire into him. And then the other 4 are going to fire into his Shield Captain. So we're going to go with the 2 into the Heavy Telemon first. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Rerolling because of Azrael. That's going to be 2 hits. That's 4 hits. Strength 8, looking for 4s to wound. Not getting to re-roll any of those. Oh, that one hurts real bad. All right, now the other 4 are going to fire into his Shield Captain. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he's -1 to hit, but still re-rolling 1s and 2s. 1s and 2s, though, will kill guys. So here we go. The first one hits. Rerolling because of Azrael. Hits. Rerolling because of Azrael. That's not a hit, but not a blow up. That's a hit and a reroll. Oh, 1 guy will be dead. The rest of them are hitting, though. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. Okay, not meant to be there, but that's still going to be 4. These are going to be 3 up invul saves. Failing 2 of them. He's going to be Victor of the Blood Games, one of them. Makes it, so he takes 3 damage. All right, so now the Lieutenant back here is going to fire with his Mastercrafted Auto Bolt Rifle. This one fell back. This one did not, yes. So he's going to fire, hitting on 4s because he's -1 to hit. Rerolling because of Azrael. That is 2 hits. Looking for 5s to wound. Getting no wounds. My Mortis Battered Dreadnought's going to fire into his Dreadnought over there. So 4 shots hitting on 3s because he didn't move. That is going to be 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. AP minus 3. So 5 up invul save. Making them both. My Intercessor squad here is going to fire. One of them's closer to the shield captain, so he's going to fire into him. The others are going to be closer to him, so they're going to fire into there, 2 of which are in rapid fire. So we're going to do the ones in the shield captain, hitting on 4s. That is 2 hits. That is 2 wounds, AP minus 1, so 3 up saves. Fails them both. He's down to 1 wound. And now the other is going to have 5 shots into his Dreadnought over there, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Those are all hits. Wounding on 5s. And now Azrael is going to fire into his shield captain over here. I'm not going to supercharge, so I'm going to have 2 shots hitting on 3s because he's minus 1 to hit. Rerolling 1s, not that 2. So 1 hit. Strength 7 looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP minus 3. 3 up invul save. Oh, he's good. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Hellblasters are going to charge into his shield captain over here, hitting on 6s with the Overwatch. Rerolling 1s. No 1s there. Okay, 1 hit. That is not a wound. Their charge distance is totally in. And now Azrael's going to charge in. He's in. All right, so Azrael made it in, and that was going to be the end of my movement phase, charge phase. So then my opponent used the Praetorian Plate, which is the relic he gave to this dude bro over here. Teleported it in within 3 inches of his anointed dude bro, and within an inch of the enemy models here. So he dropped into combat over here. I can't attack him because I didn't declare him as a target, because he couldn't be declared as a target because he was 1 billion miles away. So we're going to start off the fight phase, though, with hopefully this will work. I really need it to. Azrael is going to attack into his shield captain here. Is he also minus 1 in the fight phase too? Fight phase as well. So these are going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s, but not 2s. All right, so that's 4 hits. Strength plus 2 makes him strength 6. So looking for 4s to wound. 6s do mortal wounds. So if I get 1 6, he's donezo. Let's find out. Get in the 1 6. That's what I needed. So yeah. So he would have failed to save anyway. So so he is dead. And that is Slay the Warlord. All right. So my Hellblasters activated because they had charged and just basically got closer to his dude bro over here is the closest, but they wrapped Azrael in the process. In case he survives, who knows? We'll see. So here we go. He is now going to attack into Azrael. These are going to be 5 attacks hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself, not meant to be, so that's 4 hits. Strength 8, so 2s to wound. Getting 4 wounds. AP, I knew enough, so we're gonna have 4 up invul saves. Making 2 of them. What's the damage on this? D3. I'm gonna use his Warlord trait reroll here into a save there, so it's D3 wounds. Getting him 4, yes, giving 2 wounds. All right, so that's the end of the Dark Angel's turn here. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Adeptus Custodes here on turn 3. That was turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Adeptus Custodes. He moved up his 6 inches that he can now that he's hurt. They shuffled up onto there. He did score that 1 point at the beginning of the turn there. He moved up his 6 inches towards these guys, and he stayed in combat. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We will now come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, these guys here are going to shoot into my intercessors. So we've got the Guardian Spears. That is 1 hit.
1 on a 4.
1 on a 4. That's a wound.
Invul save because it's minus 1.
AP minus 1, so 6 up save. 4 up save. No, failed. Telemon here is going to fire into the intercessors. So he's going to have the Speculum first. Speculum.
So 4s.
Hitting on 4s. No, he's not within range there.
3.
Hitting on 3. Wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds. 4 ups because it's invul save, so it's going to be 1 save. Damage, just 1. Now the Iliastus on 4s again. All right, 3 hits.
2s to wound.
2s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. Invul save. Making 2 of them. So that guy is dead. And now the Dreadnought's going to fire his Laystrom Stormbolter into my Intercessors, and he's going to fire his Baby Lads into my Dreadnought. So we're going to go with the 8 shots because he's a rapid fire now with the Stormbolters. That's going to be hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 2s. Forgot he's not injured. Wounding on 4s. Oh, 3s. That's right, strength 5. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
-1.
AP -1. 4 up serves. Making 3 of them. And the last cannon, D3 shots. 3 shots. Oh boy. Hitting on 3s because he moved. Hitting 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. No wounds. All right, so starting into the assault phase, he is going to charge into the Hellblasters, looking for a 5-inch charge. He is in. And then he's going to charge into my Intercessors, needing a 6. But I'm going to Overwatch first. 6s, rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. That is 3 hits. Toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, AP -1, 2, 3 ups. 4 ups. Failing 1, 6 up, feel no pain. No, he felt that. Down to 11, 6-inch charge. Does not make it. All right, so now the big guy here is going to start us off by hitting into my Hellblasters. He's going to be hitting on 3s. That is all hits. Wounding on 2s. It's like strength 18, so it's like wounding on like -4s. So that's going to be 4 hits there, 4 wounds there. 4 up invul saves. Can Azrael save his dude bros? No, he can save 1 of them. The damage, straight 3, so that's going to be 3 dead guys. All right, so I'm going to spend 2 command points to interrupt here with Azrael. He's going to attack into his shield captain, so I'm going to have 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. Okay, not meant to be, so that's 4 hits. Wounding on strength +6, so it's 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So that's going to be 3 wounds there. AP -3. 4 up invul saves. Making 2. D3 damage. 3 damage. And now he's going to try to hit back into Azrael here, hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, all hits, strength 8, right? So 2s to wound. That is going to be 4 wounds. 4 up invul saves. Oh, get back here. Making 3 of them. He does what, D3 damage? I'm gonna spend a command point to reroll that. Yeah, with the fill phase. Woo! All right, so then my sergeant here is going to attack into his shield captain, hitting on 3s, re-rolling. That's 3 hits, wounding on 5s, right? Tough 5. Re-rolling 1s. That's going to be 2 wounds, 2 ups. Makes them both. And then 2 attacks from here. Hits, 6s to wound. Not getting anything. All right, so that is it for the turn there for the Custodes. I lost 3 guys over here, so 3 plus 4 is good to go. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. Sorry, turn 4. Movement phase. These guys advanced up over this way. Everyone fell out of combat here. I spent 2 command points to have my Hellblasters shoot back. I got 1 of those command points back. These guys stood still. These guys all stood still. Scouts stood still. So did my Intercessors and my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought over there. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Scouts shooting into his shield captain over here. 5 shots, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Okay, not meant to be. That's 2 hits. Wish I was saving those 6s for this because of wounding on 5s. 6s do mortal wounds. Getting nothing. All right, so now my lieutenant here is going to fire into the shield captain. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound.
Yep.
2 up, I believe.
No AP.
Yeah, I don't think it's AP. He's good. Hellblasters are going to fire in the Heavy Talon, supercharging, spending a command point on Weapons of the Dark Age. That's my last command point. Can't get it back. So here we go. 2 shots each, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. Okay, dead guy. Fun. Getting 2 more hits. That's 3 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s. 1 wound at AP -4. So what's his invul? 4 up. And these intercessors have to fire into him. Rerolling because of Azrael. So that's going to be 5 hits. Wounding on 6s. Rerolling 1s. Getting 1 wound. AP -1.
3 up.
3 up. He's good. Lieutenant here is going to shoot the pistol into the captain. That's a hit. That is not a wound. And now my Dreadnought here is going to fire into the Telemon because I'm really, really afraid of everything that's going on over here. So here we go. 4 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. So that's going to be 3 hits. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3. 4 up invul saves. Failed 1. D6 wounds. If I can get 6, if you see a fill face right now, that's going to be real great because that means you'd be dead. Potentially. Oh, that's right. He's got feel no pains, doesn't he? Ugh. Show me that fill face. No, just the 3. 3 feel no pains. He makes one of those, so he's got down to 3 wounds now. 4 wounds now. And now the intercessors are firing into that one. That is all but 1 Grim Resolve, so it's all hits. Wounding on 5s. That is going to be 2 wounds at AP -1.
4 ups.
4 ups. Makes them both. All right, so my lieutenant here is going to charge into his shield captain.
D3 grenade
D3
shots.
grenade shots. Getting 3 grenade shots on 6s. Getting no hits.
Rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s because of himself. No hits still.
And then his bolter.
And then his bolter. No hits. Yeah, the reason you can do both was because it's wrist-mounted grenade launcher, so it's not an actual. It's not a grenade. It's just a regular shooting attack. So here comes his charge, and he's in. And my other lieutenant's going to charge in. He's also in. All right, so we're going to start the fight phase with my lieutenant there with the Heavenfall Blade attacking into his captain there. So 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of Azrael. That is going to be all hits. These are going to be strength +2, so strength 6, wounding on 3s. That is 5 wounds, AP -3, so 4 up invul saves. Failing 1 of them, D3 damage. 2 damage. And then my other lieutenant's going to punch into him, 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, rerolling. That is all hits. Wounding on 5s, because he's tough 5, right? 5's to wound. Getting 2 wounds. If he fails 1 of these,
No AP.
he's dead. No AP. He's just punching him. Oh, and he is dead. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 4. I don't know if I mentioned it. I did score 2 points and 1 point at the beginning of my turn. So that gets me to 9 points. 10 points because I killed your warlord, and my opponent has a total of 4 points. 4 points because you also got first strike.
No, it's just.
He will now have 4 points because of first strike. So he has had 3. Now it's going to have 4 points because of first strike. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Custodes here on turn 4. All right, movement phase. He stood still. He moved up over this way, and these guys shuffled up this way. That's going to be it for movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off, this squad here is going to shoot into my intercessors over here.
2s.
2s to hit. That's 2 hits. That is 2 wounds.
4 ups.
2 4 up saves. Making them both. Woo! So now his Dreadnought here is going to fire the Glacial Storm Bolters into my dude bros over here. And he's going to fire his, what's it actually called again? The Achilles Dread Spear into my dude bro over here, which is basically like that D3 mini las cannon. All right, the las cannon's coming first. D3 shots. Getting 3 shots. Hitting on 3s because he moved. Getting 3 hits. Oh boy, 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3, right? So looking for 6 up serves. Making one of them D6, D3 wounds. 2 wounds. Okay. Another Glacial Storm Bolters. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 3s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. 5 AP -1, right? So 4-up saves. So either invul or armor saves. That is going to be 1 dead guy. All right, so now he is going to fire the Spiculous into my intercessors here. He didn't move, so it's going to fire twice. The Iliastrum Accelerator Culvern is going to fire into my Dreadnought over here. And then the Twin Plasma Ejector is going to fire into my Hellblaster. So what are we going to do first? Spiculous first.
3s.
Hitting on 3s. That is going to be a bunch of hits there. Wounding on 3s. Getting 5 wounds. 5 AP -2. So 4-up invul saves. Failing 2 of them, so that's 1 more dead guy. Twin Plasma Ejector into the Hellblaster over here. 2d6 hits. That is going to be 4 hits. Strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. -2, so 4-up invul saves. Making 1, failing 1, but that's going to be 1 damage, so he's still alive. And the 6 shots into the Dreadnought. Hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds, AP -3, so 6-up saves. Show me those fill faces! No, nothing there. What's the damage on these? D3. Oh, he's dead. Just enough, but he's dead. Does he explode? Okay, no. All right, so now his Dreadnought here is going to charge into my Hellblaster, into my Intercessor, and into Azrael. So the Hellblaster is going to fire into him. Supercharged, may as well. This is going to be hitting on 6s. Re-rolling because of Azrael. Not getting any hits, but doesn't blow up. We got the Intercessor there. Re-rolling because of Azrael. Nothing, and then Azrael's going to fire both profiles. This is the bolter. No hits. Plasma. No hits. Okay. Definitely didn't want to supercharge him. I'm not crazy. 8 inches is going to be in. And now he is going to charge the Heavy Telemon into the Hellblaster and the 2 lieutenants over here. He is in. Oh, I do have Overwatch. I forgot. Pistol from the 1 lieutenant. Re-rolling. Nope. And then Mastercrafted Auto Bolt Rifle. Getting 1 hit. Getting 1 hit. Getting no wounds. So he is in. All right. So now his dude bro here is going to put 3 attacks into my Intercessor and 2 into the 1 into the Hellblaster. So we're going to do the 3 into the Intercessor, hitting on 2s. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds. 4-up invul saves because of Azrael. Come on. Nope, failed both of them. He is totally dead. And the 1 into the Hellblaster. That's a hit. That is a wound. 4-up invul save. Oh, he did too. All right, now big boy over here is going to attack into my lieutenant. 3s to hit. That didn't go down? Yeah, that went down from 2 to 3. And then these are going to wound on 2s. Re-rolling. All right, that's 4 wounds. I need to make all 4-up invul saves for him to survive. Come on, you can do this. No, I failed. Oh, I should have rolled the green ones. No, it wouldn't have made a difference. So he's dead. All right, so now my lieutenant over here is going to attack back. 4 attacks. That's hits. That is no wounds. All right, so that is the end of the Custodes turn here on turn. That was turn 4. That was turn 4? Turn 4. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. These guys advanced up over this way. Azrael stood still. He stayed in combat. These guys moved over here, and my scout stood still. So that is it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. Scouts are going to shoot into his dude bro over here, so it's going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, not rerolling 2s. These are now going to be wounding on 5s. 6s do mortal wounds. That one's cocked. All right, so it's going to be 3 wounds, 1 of which does a mortal wound, so he takes 1 mortal wound and then 3 regular saves. Failing 2 of them, so he takes 3 wounds, 6 up, feel no pains. No, feels them all. And my intercessors are now going to fire into him, hitting on 3s. 1 second. within 6 inches of Azrael. All right, so all but one hit. Wounding on 5s. Getting, oh, why weren't these 6s before? With my scouts, so that's going to be 3 wounds at AP -1. Failing one of them. Failing 2? 3 up save, that's right. So this is going to be, takes another 2 wounds. Azrael's going to supercharge and shoot into him. Hitting on 2s. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds at AP -3. On the contender.
5 ups.
5 ups. Wow! Belial's going to shoot a Stormbolter into his dude bro over there. That's rerolling 1s because of himself. Rerolling everything because he's Deathwing, so that's still 2 hits. That's 2 wounds. Makes 1, fails 1. Feeling the pain? No, he felt it. Pistol from this lieutenant, because always got to roll your dice. That's a hit. That's not a wound. All right, into the assault phase. My intercessors are going to charge into his dreadnought over here. Firing Overwatch. Looking for 6s.
3s.
3s to wound. That is 1 wound. That is not a save, so it's 1 damage, right? And then D3 from the lance thing. 2 shots. Not getting any hits. Their charge distance is in. My knights are going to charge into his dude bro over here. Actually, going to charge into both, may as well. Charge distance, I think, is into this guy, right? 1 second. He was just over 7 inches, so he doesn't make it in.
I'll play it out.
All right, so now Azrael's going to charge into his dreadnought over there, and he's in. All right, so now Azrael's going to start us off by attacking in there. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. That's all hits. Strength +2 is strength 6. Still wounding on 5s. It's getting 1 wound. That is going to be a mortal wound. 1 second. All right, yeah, so that's 2 wounds, one of which was a 6. So 1 mortal wound +2, 5 up invul saves. Fails both of them, so D3 damage apiece from those. Getting 1 damage apiece. That's a total of 3 damage here. 3 6 ups makes 1, takes 2 damage. And 9 attacks from the intercessors, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Azrael. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. AP nothing, 4 3 ups. Failing 2 of them. Taking 2 of them. And the lieutenant. Rerolling because of Azrael. Wounding on 8s. 6s. Wounding on 8s. Wounding on 6s. Toughness 8. So that's 1 wound.
2 up.
He's good.
4.
All right, Contemptor Dread's going to hit into Azrael over here. Hitting on 4s now because he's in his last profile. Getting 1 hit.
That's all I need.
Wounding on 2. That is a wound. 4 up invul save. He does what?
D6 minimum 3.
D6 minimum 3. So it's basically like a 50-50 chance of killing him if I fail this. So I've got a 50-50 chance of making it, and then he has a 50-50 chance of killing Azrael after that.
So you're
saying there's basically a whole bunch of 50-50 chances. So what is that, 25% chance that this is going to kill Azrael? I don't like those odds. Don't tell me the odds. Yeah, Azrael with the serve. Woo!
Big dread.
And now big boy over here is going to attack into my lieutenant.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. Okay, 2 hits. Wounded on 2s. That's 2 wounds. 4 up invul save because of Azrael. Oh, never mind. He's just dead. And that is the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 5. I had this was contested at the beginning of my turn, so I only scored the 1 point, putting me at, what is it, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 points right now. So I have 11 points. My opponent now is going to, because I've now taken this, he's going to score 1 more point, so that puts him at 5 points. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Custodes here on turn 5. All right, movement phase. His Telemon stayed still. These dude bros are moving up over this way, and he stayed in combat. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase.
The Spiculous
twice. All right,
twice.
the Dread's going to shoot the Spiculous twice into my scouts, and he's going to fire everything else into my dude bros back over here. So we're gonna do the spiculous first, hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. All right, pretty good still.
7 at minus
so that's
2.
7 at -2. So we've got 7 5-up saves because they're in cover there. No camo cloaks, they just have the sniper rifles. Oh, come on, do it, yeah! 7 5-ups! Woo! All right, so now the Iliastus is going to fire into my Deathwing Knights.
3.
That is all but 1 hit. These are now strength
8.
8, so 2s to wound. All right, so that's 3 wounds. 3 3-up invul saves. I go from 7 5-ups and to failing 2 3-up saves over there. These are what? D3. So the first one is a dead guy, and there's a dead guy. And now comes the plasma shooting here. So 2d6 hits, 5 hits.
Better than last time.
There we go. 1 better. We'll take it.
3s.
Looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds.
Impulse.
Invul saves.
Only 1 damage.
1 damage each. So that's only 1 guy dead, but and that is special. And now this squad here is going to fire into them with rapid firing their spears. That is going to be 3 hits. 4s to wound. Okay, no wounds. And now the guys with the swords are going to fire. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 4s. That is 3 wounds.
2-ups.
AP nothing, so 3 2-up saves. Okay. Thank you. I am very glad that this finally had no AP on those ones. So that's it for shooting phase into the assault phase. Big boy is going to charge into Azrael and my intercessors. Getting 7-inch charges in. And big boys here are going to charge into my intercessors and into my Deathwing Knights. So nobody can fire Overwatch. Their charge distance is in with a 10-inch. All right, big boy here is going to activate first. He's going to put all his attacks into Azrael. All of his attacks into Azrael. These are going. Oh, you know it. Hitting on 3s. All right, getting 3 hits. Wounding on definitely 2s. Okay, that is re-rolling because of himself being cool. That is 3 hits. Definitely going to be 4-up invul saves.
He's dead.
After all the 4-up saves him and his dude bros made because of that helm. Oh, it's because you moved it further away over there. That's what it was. You moved it out of where he felt comfortable using it. Oh man, that is something special right there. All right, and that is Slay the Warlord. All right, so we know that they're supposed to go next, but they're gonna get to go. He's gonna get to go anyway before I do, so because I don't have enough dice to interrupt. So we're going. This seems way more interesting. So we're gonna go to do this one to get it out of the way first. So he is going to attack into my intercessors over there. 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. Okay, all 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is all 4 wounds. AP.
3.
AP minus 3, so 4 6-up saves. I made none of them. Those are D6, minimum of 3. So he just slaughtered them. So much for not being as interesting over here. Just slaughtered them to a man. Gross. So we know the weapons do different profiles, but it's going to be strength 5 and strength 6. So all of them are going to be wounding these guys on 3s anyway, so we're just going to do them all together because it's D3 wounds. It shouldn't make a difference. So here we go. These are going to be hitting on 2s. That is all hits. Gross.
Yeah.
These are now going to be wounding on 3s. That is all but 4 wounds. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. These are going to be 8 3-up invul saves. Failed 2 of them. What's the damage? D3 on these. So the first one is a dead guy. Second one is not a dead guy, so I'm still alive. All right, so now he's going to attack back here. He's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Belial. So that's going to be 3 hits. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. That is 1, 2, 3 wounds. AP, 1 second. 3 up invul saves.
What's the damage?
2 damage apiece.
2 at a time here.
2 at a time. Good. Oh, failed it. 2 damage.
That's silly.
All right, that was gross. That was a brutal turn there. So that is the end of turn 5. So we do have to roll now to see if we go on. So let's find out. Roll a d6. On a 3 up, we go on. We do. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. Turn 6. I don't why did I say 3? Because it was 3 up, I guess, was still in my brain. Whatever. All right, so movement phase. These guys stood still. He stayed in combat, and he moved up over this way, an inch away. So moving into the shooting phase, these guys are going to fire 3 shots into him, 2 shots into him. So here we go. Hitting on 3s onto the big boy. Rerolling 1s, so not that 2. Looking for 6s to wound. Getting none. And the 2 into this guy over here. Getting 2 hits. Getting 2 wounds, but no 6s. So no, he needs 3 up saves. Nails 1, this could be it. 6 up, feel no pain. Oh, and he goes. Does he blow up? He does blow up. So D3 mortal wounds onto his best bud over there. 2 mortal wounds. Feel no pain on big boy. Oh, he feels 1 less pain.
He's taking like
and now Belial here is going to fire into his big boy. 2 shots. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound.
2 up.
2 up. He's good.
Feel no pain.
Assault. He's going to charge in over here. And he's in. All right, so Belial's going to start us off here. Hitting into them. He's going to have 4 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Re-rolling, but he didn't need to. Wounding on 2s, because that's what his sword does. Getting 4 wounds at AP -3, so 3 up invul saves.
3 up.
3 up. Nope, that is going to do 2 damage, so that guy is dead.
What is it, 2 damage each?
2 damage apiece.
4 up.
4 up invul. That's going to be dead, and that's a dead guy there. And then
4 up.
4 up. Okay, makes that one. And now my watch master over here is going to attack in. This is 3 attacks. 3s. All hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds. AP -2.
4 up.
4 up. He's good. He's good. He's wow, good. All right, everyone's going to go into Azrael over here. It's -1 to hit because of Belial. He's -1 to hit because of parrying blade. So it's going to be hitting on 3s. All right. Wow, those 2s would have been hits. Way to parry that blade, Belial. Keep saying Azrael. It's not him. Strength, looking for 3s to wound. So getting 1 wound. 4 up invul save because of Iron Halo. No, goes through. So D3 wounds. 2 wounds. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angels turn here on turn 6. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Custodes here on turn 6. Movement's easy. He's staying still. They're going to stay in combat over here, and he is just going to shoot everything into my scouts. The Spiculus firing twice here. He's down at his last profile now, so he's hitting on 4s. Okay, so getting 3 hits. Wounding on 3, so that's 2 wounds. 2 5-up saves. Oh, they couldn't make it that time. And here comes the Ilias one. So hitting on 4s. Ooh, that's pretty good. Wounding on 2s.
That's less good.
Oh, that is less good. So
-3.
2 AP -3. So looking for 5-up saves.
6 ups.
Oh, 6-up saves. Sorry, 6-up saves. Failing both of those. All right, now we're going to move into combat over here since that's it for shooting. So all of these attacks are going to go into Belial over here. 4s to hit.
3s, I mean.
3s to hit because he's -1 to hit. So these are now going to be wounding on 3s. So getting 3 wounds. 3 4-up saves. Making 2 of them. D3. 2. Now Belial's going to attack back. Getting 4 hits. Getting 3 wounds. 1 at a time, 4 up. Nope, dead guy there. And now these are going to be 3 ups from the other one. Failing 1. Down to 1 wound, and my guy's going to hit him. That is rerolling because of Belial there. Not meant to. Oh, 1 second. Never mind, I can't actually attack because the guy that he took out there put him out of combat, and because he didn't charge, he can't be activated since he's not within an inch of a model. Gross. Well done. All right, so that is the end of
Well
turn.
done dying.
Yeah, well done dying. So at the end of the turn here, I do have to roll to see if he runs away. So he lost 4 guys, so 4 plus. 4 is 8. He's the sergeant, so he's sticking around. So another 4 up saves me. So that is going to be it for the turn here on turn 6. Right now it's to me, right?
12 to 8 you.
12 to 8 me. So let's roll now to see if if we go on to a turn 7. We do not. So that is the end of the games, ladies and gentlemen, with a Dark Angels victory. I believe what happens is they got whatever information they needed away from the area. He's going to slink back off into the shadows to be picked up probably like in 3 months, and these guys are just going to teleport back up to the battle barge because that's what happens until you're up there with Terminator armor. You got to slink around. So that was brutal. In the beginning there, it looked like it was I played to the objectives, which is what you got to do, and I got a big lead in points there. But then there was that middle turns there where he just barrel rolled into me there and just slaughtered my guys in the middle. And the fact that my Terminators over here apparently forgot to. I guess that's what you get when you don't have helmets. Is that you just get just dominated over there. So that was pretty crazy, but a ton of fun. My Deathwing Knights dropping in over here and then spending all those turns just advancing across here until they finally get charged themselves. It was a little bit upsetting. So, but I had a ton of fun. I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly did. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent is Kyle, and until next time, have fun.